And a good finally Friday morning to you, and welcome to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I'm Grant Olson in for Dan Kuntz, and it's been a fun week, I have to say. It's been nice being with you every morning, getting your day started. Then I've been doing the evening news, so it's been quite a schedule, but it has been a lot of fun being here this morning, that's for sure. We do have a lot coming up, but first 36 degrees to kick off our day here in the Wenatchee area. Some overcast skies, 39 in Ephrata right now. Quincy sitting at 37 and 36 currently in Moses Lake. Lots coming up for you here on the NCW Life channel. We'll have news from around north central Washington, today's obscure holiday, this day in history, and birthdays. We'll also take a look at sports. Everyone is entitled to Mike Magnotti's opinion. And next half hour, we will introduce you to two more, in fact, the final two candidates vying for the 2024 Apple Blossom Royalty, and much more to come. I do want to say I went to the Apple Blossom Festival, or the Apple Blossom Pageant rehearsal last night. Boy, I hope you have the chance to either attend in person or watch it right here on the NCW Life channel. Our coverage tomorrow begins at 6 p.m. It's Countdown to Coronation. I will be co-hosting with Julie Agins Kuntz, former Apple Blossom Queen. We'll have the pageant. We'll have a bit of an intermission during the pageant. Julie and I will conduct a few more interviews. We'll continue on with the pageant, and then we will interview the three royalty for the 2024 Apple Blossom. So it should be a lot of fun, and that rehearsal was really good. So hope you have the chance to watch. All right, let's take a trip around the valley this morning and check our PTZ cameras. Look at that, the sun's up. Wenatchee Heights, beautiful shot of the Wenatchee Valley. You can just see a slimmer of the sun on parts of East Wenatchee and Wenatchee, and some clouds I mentioned, overcast start to our day, but all in all, we're going to stay on this mild side of things here as we make our way through winter. Let's move on now. Our next camera is the monitor camera. Beautiful black and white photo, and yeah, some folks traveling along Highway 2 making their morning commute. Got to get to work by 8 o'clock, and boy, it's beautiful weather to do that. No rain, really no slick roadways, although we are seeing a little bit of snow, which we'll talk about in a second. Also, as we make our trip around, it's Badger Mountain camera looking back at the Wenatchee Valley. There's Wenatchee with the Cascade foothills, and you can almost see at the top of the Cascades some low-hanging clouds, so snow is possible. We're talking very light snow in a couple of our passes, but it could make for some slick driving conditions this morning, so keep that in mind. And finally, we head up north. Our beautiful Billy Goat camera, it's up in Okanagan County. Pateris and Brewster are normally in that shot when we're in the daylight, but you can see we're seeing some clouds up that way as well, a cloud bank especially along the Washington-Canada border, but a beautiful shot of that Columbia River and our Billy Goat camera. And as I mentioned, we do have that slight chance for snow, and that'll last through this morning, so be prepared for some snowy travel. If you're traveling east on I-90 over Lookout Pass, you could run into some winter travel, and a little closer to home, Stevens Pass also picking up very light snow, but temperature-wise, it could be just enough to make that wet roadways freeze, and that could be our situation this morning. But other than that, we have a beautiful day ahead for us around the Wenatchee area and north central Washington. Today's high temperatures, a lot like yesterday, but not quite as warm as yesterday. Can you believe it? 49 degrees yesterday. I think the entire week I've been here, we've been in the upper 40s. 47 for Ephrata today, 44 for Wenatchee. A little cooler, but not much for Eniat and Chelan at 43. Omak, one of our warmer spots close to home at 44, and then nice in the upper valley. Cashmere at 43, Leavenworth 42, and Lake Wenatchee today, your high temperature 41 degrees. Taking a look at our forecast now and our surface loop. Tonight we can expect partly cloudy skies. It will be seasonal, and that's seasonal temperatures I'm talking about. There is a little bit of a system trying to push in. Overnight lows tonight right around that 30-degree mark. And then for Apple Blossom Pageant, Ancient Saturday. Mostly sunny skies. Should be a beautiful day, but notice the area of low pressure off the BC Washington coast. That will affect us on Sunday, but not for Saturday. High temperatures in the low 40s. That system will trek across Canada then on Super Bowl Sunday. It'll bring just a slight chance for a morning rain shower on Super Bowl, 20%. Most of the rain will be in western Washington. We'll stay mostly cloudy Sunday. High temperatures slightly warmer in the low to mid 40s. And then getting you into the first part of next week, we expect mostly sunny skies around the area. We're talking temperatures in the mid 40s to kick off our week next week, so it should be a beautiful start. And then more sunshine on Tuesday. Nice temperatures too, with highs again in the low 40s. And then at the end of our forecast, getting towards the middle and end of next week, things are going to stay very seasonal. Cloudy skies. It looks like Wednesday will be our wettest day. Notice that low pressure off the coast of Washington, and there you have it. Almost the entire state inundated with rain. Even some rain mixed with snow, not out of the question on Wednesday. High temperature around 40. And for Thursday, enjoy it. Mostly cloudy skies. We'll just see a slight chance for rain, but look at the size of that storm off the coast. High temperatures on Thursday in the low 40s, so you know what that means. By next weekend, that big storm will move in, and it looks like a wet one for us as we get into next weekend. All right, your 7-day forecast now. 44 your high temperature today, 29 overnight tonight with those clear skies. Mostly sunny and mild for your Saturday, and 42. A slight chance for morning rain showers Sunday. Really not bad for Super Bowl. High temperature of 43. And look at Monday. Mostly sunny and warmer. High temperature of 46. We'll stay with the sunshine on Tuesday and 42 degrees. And then our best chance for the wet stuff will be on Wednesday. A 60% chance of rain. High temperature of 40 degrees. Mostly cloudy Thursday. A 20% chance of rain with a high temperature then of 41. All right, stay with us. When we come back, we'll take a look at the latest news from around the area as Wake Up Wenatchee Valley continues right after this.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Come see how very different you will feel in your Bullfrog Spa.
Are you hungry enough to eat the end out of a rhinoceros? I know how you feel. Come on out to Blueberry Hills. You'll have a great time. We've got excellent food, a feet on the furniture kind of experience, and we won't hustle you out of your table. If you want a real farm experience, make the trek to Manson to Blueberry Hills, where you sit, you pick, you eat, and you visit. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
Check out ClubCrowCashmere.com for upcoming events and tickets.
Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on this finally Friday. It's 7:09 and time for this morning's news. An exterior fire fueled by wood pallets and oil drums threatened to burn a Wenatchee Avenue construction business yesterday morning, and now it's being investigated as a possible arson. The fire broke out on an exterior wall of E&G Brothers Construction in the 600 block of South Wenatchee Avenue. The flames caused some damage to the interior before they were controlled. Wenatchee Valley Fire Chief Brian Brett says the call came in just before 5 a.m.
This morning, just before 5 a.m., we were dispatched to a commercial building fire in the 600 block of South Wenatchee Avenue. When fire crews arrived, there was an exterior fire on the back side of the building that was being fed by pallets, tires, and oil drums. We had significant flame impingement right against the building, extending into the interior of the building and above the roof line. The fire crews attacked it again with the intensity and intelligent tactics, coordinated ladder truck work with engine company work simultaneously. Were able to stop the fire in the area of origin and protect the Habitat for Humanity, which was the occupancy next to it. The contents within the building were some really nice cars. Fire crews were able to put salvage tarps over the cars and protect them while we finished extinguishment on the fire.
Brett says it took about 3 hours to fully contain the fire, and crews were on standby there for much of the morning to monitor the structure. Witnesses told investigators the fire was human-caused, and police are now seeking a person of interest in the case. Anyone with information is asked to call Rivercom at 663-9911. A 23-year-old man has been charged with assault in connection with a shooting on Wednesday night at a Moses Lake restaurant. Alberto Orozco remains held in the Grant County Jail after the incident, which took place about 6 p.m. It was outside Inca Mexican restaurant on South Pioneer Way. Moses Lake police say the gunfire arose from a verbal argument among several people. One 42-year-old man suffered a non-life-threatening gunshot wound. Orozco was charged yesterday in Grant County Superior Court. Well, rescue workers feared the worst yesterday morning when they were dispatched to a rollover accident along Highway 153 in the Methow Valley. But the 2:45 a.m. wreck proved to have caused no severe injuries. The single vehicle crash took place near milepost 28 north of Carlton, and the lone occupant was able to escape the car under their own power. The driver was treated at the scene by EMS. The cause of the crash is under investigation. Douglas County investigators are keeping quiet about an apparent homicide that took place 1 week ago. Under Sheriff Tyler Kales said yesterday there's no further information his agency will release on the shooting that killed a 35-year-old man on February 1st, including the victim's identity. The East Wenatchee man was found dead from a gunshot wound shortly after midnight, lying near a parked vehicle in the 1700 block of Rock Island Road. Kale said detectives have asked that no details of the case be released that might hinder their investigation. However, Kale said there doesn't appear to be any immediate risk to the public. Anyone with information about the homicide is asked to call Sheriff's detectives at 509-888-6822. The man shot by police after allegedly firing his own weapon at the Wenatchee Veterans Affairs Clinic faces a possible trial now on April 23rd. Troy Allen McMaster of East Wenatchee was arraigned yesterday in Chelan County Court. McMaster, a 54-year-old Gulf War veteran, was suffering a mental health crisis at the time. He's charged with second-degree assault and related charges. The Old Station VA clinic was closed at the time, and McMaster was the only person injured in the December 17th incident. 4 police officers from 2 agencies shot and seriously wounded McMaster after he allegedly refused to put aside his handgun. Washington State Department of Fish and Wildlife is seeking public comment on a proposal to reclassify Washington's gray wolves, also known as Canis lupus, from endangered to sensitive. Endangered means the species is seriously threatened with extinction in its area, while sensitive means the species is declining or likely to become endangered. Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife research shows that since originally being classified as state endangered in 1980, there's been an average population increase rate of 23% per year, leading Fish and Wildlife to propose the reclassification. Public comment on the proposal can be made online. And remember, for more news and weather from around north central Washington, you can find us at ncwlife.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can email us at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. You can also scan that QR code that you see on your screen, and that will link you up to all the latest news, weather, and sports. 7:15 now. When we come back, we'll take a look at sports, today's obscure holiday, this day in history, and birthdays. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley.
The day after I met her, I called and asked her to go on a date with me, and we came to Abby's Pizza for our first date.
Eating it across from each other, I'll never forget it. This place is special.
It's barbecue chicken pizza season at Abby's Legendary Pizza, baby. Featuring our flavorful pizza sauce and a 3-cheese blend, layered with BBQ sauce, chicken, and onions. Order your hot and fresh feast now at abbys.com. A legendary pizza tradition.
Valentine's Day is February 14th. Show the one that you love how much you appreciate her with a gift certificate for Merry Maids to clean your home. Merry Maids will do the work and you'll be the hero. Merry Maids are professionally trained, licensed, bonded, and insured. They'll do the job right, satisfaction guaranteed. Find them on Facebook at Merry Maids of Wenatchee or visit merrymaids.com and call for a gift certificate for your Valentine. Call today and you'll have a gift certificate for Valentine's Day. Call Merry Maids and relax. It's done.
Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on this Friday. Time now to take a look at sports. The 2-week lead up to is just about over, and the NFL season will end Sunday with Super Bowl 58 in Las Vegas. Kansas City will be the home team and is defending champs, while San Francisco will be the visitors. Tickets start at over $6,000, with the most expensive seat for a front row ticket, are you ready? Nearly $44,000. Reba McIntyre will perform the national anthem. Post Malone will perform America the Beautiful, while Usher will perform at halftime. The game will kick off at 3:30 on CBS. And by the way, go Bills. The Cougars and Huskies played a couple close Pac-12 men's basketball games last night. Washington State won its 4th in a row with a 64-58 victory at Oregon State. Jalen Wells led the Cougars with 24 points, but it was former Wenatchee Valley College Knight Isaac Jones who played a big part down the stretch.
They send 2 at Clough. Good look opposite. Ball movement to Wells. He's been on fire.
It's hard to not rotate to an open 3-point shooter.
Tied up again. What a pass. Jones pays it off and give Clough the assist. Short clock situation. Not this time. Last touch by, it's saved by the Cougs. And they get a transition run out. Rice, back to Winsue.
There's the unselfishness you talked about.
But you're right, 77% of the Beef scoring from underclassmen this year. Kamani Winsue, backdoor find. And a foul. Isaiah Watts with a 3-point chance when we come back to Corvallis. Wells to the corner, Rice for the lead. Jones on the weak side. Through traffic, through contact, and a free throw to follow for Isaac Jones.
Yeah, over Econo, he's coming to the top. We teased him.
In the Pacific Northwest, Abekwe missing again. Gets it back on the save. Bilodeau walks into a 3, and the Bees are not done yet. And again, we're talking on parallel tracks here. Yes, the Cougs continue to build a resume for March, but they're also very much in the hunt for the top spot.
Coach Kyle Smith was happy to see their second half adjustments help Washington State earn another tough Pac-12 victory.
Another great road effort by our guys. I thought we, first half, we were a little, credit to Oregon State, mixing defense, turned us over 8 times, but we were very fortunate. Jalen, I don't know what he had, 18, 20 in the first half. And we were fortunate to get in there with the lead. Second half, I thought Miles really settled us down. We took care of the ball better. We guarded really well both halves, to be honest. They can really score at home. And then Andre was able to make some big clutch shots down the stretch and get a great win for this team.
Meanwhile, what a game for the Huskies last night. Washington was down 20 points at Oregon and were almost able to come all the way back for the win. The Ducks, though, held on for the 85-80 victory.
Jadrian Tracy's got 9. That's Mia. That's where he's been living most of the night.
Yeah, the young fella's going 100 miles an hour. Rich, he has to slow down a little bit. I think he's a little anxious to try to score.
Johnson and Mia. Wheeler set it in motion. Johnson running the baseline. Quendo. Tip from behind.
Again.
Another turnover. Wood. Wheeler looking for trailers. Wood open. 3 on the way. Got it.
Yeah, they're playing the clock game instead of just playing basketball.
Look at Wheeler go. Kick corner. Wood 3. Got it. Washington down 20. Now down 1. Clock's under 7. Tracy angling in. Good fake and score.
Nice patience, Rich. He took his time. Got Creon Brooks off his feet and was able to get the 2.
Leads back to 4. Crossover. Wheeler gives it off. Breidenbach scores it. Back down to 2. Wheeler pushes, corner 3, Holland, got it. Exactly what they needed. And Oregon feels like it will pull this one out. Johnson's 3 is off, and the Oregon Ducks survive an amazing comeback attempt by Washington. They were down 20.
Severe Wheeler had 16 points for the Huskies, while Keon Brooks scored 15. 4 of 5 Washington starters were in double figures. Coming up tomorrow, unranked Gonzaga has a tough test on the road at number 17 Kentucky. Tip-off 1 o'clock on CBS. The Cougars visit Oregon at 2 on the Pac-12 network, while Washington plays at Oregon State at 4, also on the Pac-12 network. Eastern Washington is home in Cheney to host Idaho at 4:30 on ESPN+. Meanwhile, in Pac-12 women's play tonight, Washington hosts 6th-ranked Stanford at 7 o'clock, while Cal visits Pullman. You can find both of those games on regional coverage from the Pac-12 network. Idaho is at Eastern tomorrow at 2 on ESPN+. 17th-ranked Gonzaga hosts Loyola Marymount at 2 o'clock, also on ESPN+. Sunday wraps up with Cal at Washington at noon, while Washington State hosts the Cardinal at 1 o'clock. Well, after over a week of off for the All-Star break, the Seattle Kraken return to NHL play tomorrow. Seattle is in Philadelphia to take on the Flyers. The Kraken have some ground to make up in the second half of the season as they head into the weekend 6th in the Pacific Division with 52 points. That's 21 points behind division-leading Vancouver. The puck will drop tomorrow at 4 o'clock with the game only available on ESPN+ or Hulu. Meanwhile, the Wenatchee Wild are looking to snap a 3-game losing streak in Western Hockey League play tonight. Wenatchee's on home ice at the Town Toyota Center to host the Everett Silvertips at 7 o'clock. The Wild hit the road tomorrow for a game at Vancouver, also at 7. For tickets to tonight's game, go to WenatcheeWildHockey.com, and you can follow the action with Austin Drawdy locally on radio at 560 KPQ. Well, it's beginning to be that time in prep basketball where students and fans get to yell on to state this weekend. They'll have to wait a little longer for that in the District 6 1B girls tournament, though. Pateros and Waterville Mansfield were winners last night. The Nannies knocked off Eniat 61-34 to advance, while the Shockers toppled Soap Lake 56-14. Coming up tonight in District 6 1B boys tournament at Moses Lake Christian, Riverside Christian plays Soap Lake at 6, followed by Waterville Mansfield at Moses Lake Christian at 7:30. The winners of tonight's game will play tomorrow night at 7:30 for the district title, while the losers will face off in a loser-out game also at 7:30 at Wenatchee High School. The District 6 2B boys tournament wraps up today at Omak High School. Manson faces Liberty Bell for 5th and 6th at 4:30. That's followed by Okanagan and Brewster for 3rd and 4th at 6 o'clock. Tenasket faces Lake Roosevelt tonight at 7:30 for that district championship. Meanwhile, the Big Nine wraps up the regular season this weekend with Eastmont hosting West Valley tonight at 5:30. Wenatchee's also home tonight to host Sunnyside at 5:30. The Eastmont girls will travel to Moses Lake tomorrow at 4:30 while Wenatchee visits Eisenhower. Heading into the weekend, Eastmont is tied with West Valley at 8 and 2 for second place in the Big Nine. The top two teams advance to the district championship. The Eastmont boys are in 3rd place heading into the weekend, trailing West Valley by 2 games for second place. The Wildcats and Rams tip off at Eastmont tonight at 7:30. Wenatchee takes its 0-17 record into its game tonight against Sunnyside. Tomorrow, Eastmont tips at Moses Lake at 6, while Wenatchee visits Ike. The District 6 2B girls tournament wraps up tomorrow at Omak High School. Manson and Liberty Bell face off for 5th and 6th at 2 o'clock. That's followed by Lake Roosevelt and Tenasket for 3rd and 4th at 3:30. Brewster plays Okanagan for the district title at 5 o'clock. Wenatchee High School is the site for the District 6 1A championships, with the girls going first at 6 o'clock as Chelan faces Kashmir. The boys title game will tip at 8 o'clock, featuring Quincy and Omak. At 7:26, that is a look at Wake Up Wenatchee Valley sports. And now it's time for the fun stuff here on a Friday morning. Time to take a look at today's obscure holiday. We'll take a look at one before we get to our featured obscure holiday. It's National Pizza Day. Who doesn't love that? Don't be confused with National Pizza Bake Day, which we talked about earlier in the week. It's just National Pizza Day today. National Toothache Day. What the heck is that? And also, it's Bagels and Lox Day. Bagels are a bread product that started in Jewish communities in Poland during the 17th century, and the process of making lox was perfected by Scandinavians. However, the combination of bagel and lox wouldn't be put together until Jewish communities in New York created it during the 19th and 20th centuries. Bagels are traditionally shaped by hand into a roughly hand-sized ring from yeasted wheat dough that's first boiled for a short time in water and then baked. The result is a dense, chewy, doughy interior with a browned and sometimes crisp exterior. Lox is a fillet or a strip of brined salmon. Brining, preserving food with salt, is similar to curing but takes a lot less time. Lox, which is commonly often served on bagels with cream cheese, was traditionally made from the belly of the fish. These days, other parts of the fish can be used. The word lox comes from the Yiddish word for salmon, lax. This looks like the same thing, doesn't it? This day in history, 1964, it's estimated that 73 million Americans were watching that night as the Beatles made their live U.S. television debut. Ed Sullivan gave his now famous intro.
The Ed Sullivan Show. Now, yesterday and today, our theater's been jammed with newspapermen and hundreds of photographers from all over the nation, and these veterans agree with me that the city never has witnessed the excitement stirred by these youngsters from Liverpool who call themselves the Beatles. Now, tonight, you're going to twice be entertained by them. Right now, and again in the second half of our show. Ladies and gentlemen, the Beatles!
What a night. I'm sure many of you remember that. After a few seconds of rapturous cheering from the audience, the band kicked into All My Lovin'. 50 seconds in, the first audience reaction shot of the performance shows a teenage girl beaming and possibly hyperventilating. 2 minutes later, Paul is singing another pretty mid-tempo number, Till There Was You, from the Broadway musical Music Man. They're screaming at the end of every phrase in the lyrics, of course, but to view the broadcast today, it seems driven more by anticipation, but by the relatively low-key performance itself. And then came She Loves You, and the place seems to explode. What followed was perhaps the most important 2 minutes and 16 seconds of music ever broadcast on American television. You can tell Dan Kuntz is a Beatles fan, can't you? And then at approximately 8:12 p.m. Eastern Time, the Ed Sullivan Show returned from a commercial. By the way, it was for Anacin pain reliever. And then there was Ed standing before a restless crowd. He tried to begin his next introduction, but then stopped and extended his arms in the universal sign for settle down. Quiet, he said with mock gravity as the noise died down just a little. Then he resumed. Here's a very amusing magician we saw in Europe and signed last summer. Let's have a nice hand for him, Fred Capps. And for the record, Fred Capps proceeded to be quite charming and funny over the next 5 minutes. But Fred Capps had the horrific bad luck on this day in 1964 to be the guest that followed the Beatles on Ed Sullivan, possibly the hardest act to follow in the history of show business. Birthdays on this date. Happy birthday to one of my favorite actors. He's 81 today, and it's Joe Pesci. Although Joe Pesci began his career as a child actor, he didn't achieve fame until his role in Raging Bull in 1980. That was the first of a number of films with director Martin Scorsese and actor Robert De Niro, who became a close friend. He won a BAFTA and was nominated for an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor for that part. The role established Pesci's ability to play tough criminal characters. He later reunited with Scorsese and De Niro, appearing in the mobster film Goodfellas in 1990, for which he won his first Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. The trio have also worked together on 1995's Casino and The Irishman in 2017. Joe Pesci has also showed his comedic ability with John Hughes' Home Alone in 1990 and its sequel, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York in 1992, opposite, of course, Macaulay Culkin. In 1999, Pesci retired from acting but continued to take on the odd role. Pesci is also a musician and in 2019 released his third album. As a young man, he was instrumental in the formation of the band The Four Seasons through his friendship with Frankie Valli and Tommy DeVito. Also today, happy 80th birthday to Alice Walker. Alice Walker is a best-selling American poet and novelist. Her most famous work is the critically acclaimed novel, The Color Purple, which won the National Book Award and the Pulitzer Prize for Fiction. It was later turned into an Oscar-nominated film directed by Steven Spielberg, starring Whoopi Goldberg. Walker is a prominent black feminist, as is coined the term womanist to represent her feminism. Her novel, Possessing the Secret of Joy, focused on female genital mutilation, which she advocates against. Also, finally, happy 43rd birthday to Tom Hiddleston, an English actor. Hiddleston gained international fame portraying Loki in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, starting with Thor in 2011 and most recently in the Disney Plus series Loki in 2021. I believe he was also one of Taylor Swift's many boyfriends. Well, as we head to break, a big thank you to our platinum sponsor here on the Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, Alpine Heating, Air, and Cooling. Remember, for all your heat and air, call Alpine Air. And also a big thanks also to Pool de Spa Services, first-class pool and spa services in North Central Washington, home to the Bullfrog Spa with jetpacks. Pool de Spa Services is located on Worthen Street in Wenatchee. And also a thanks thank you to Prestige Senior Living at Colonial Vista. Their entire campus embraces a philosophy of healthy, fulfilled living to encourage happiness and longevity as they strive to help patients achieve the purposeful, active lifestyle that they desire. All right, coming up next, everyone is entitled to Mike Magnotti's opinion and interviews with our final two Apple Blossom Royalty candidates, Laurel Patterson and Esty Gonzalez, as Wake Up Wenatchee Valley continues on this Friday, right after this.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
Now there are even more reasons to meet at the Pybus Market. Outdoor dining and tastings, the fabulous Farmers Market, Saturday artisans on the concourse, and your favorites all week long. No matter the reason, it's always time to meet at the Pybus Market. Pybus Market, where community meets.
Shoot, I think I left my keys in the kitchen. Can you grab them?
Yep.
Find out?
What's this?
It's a locking bag. It keeps Grandma's medication safe.
But I could just take it.
Well, for one thing, it locks. And if it were gone, I know there's a problem.
Huh. Well played.
Help prevent opioid misuse before it starts. Visit getthefactsrx.com.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can lift this up.
Great, I want that one. I would like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
Ooh. You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, listening to a recent school board candidate, guy who was running for school board, I found it interesting that when asked by Jefferson Robbins what he first wanted to do if elected to the Wenatchee School Board, he said he wanted to institute a dress code. His reasoning was because if the girls dress provocatively, they will distract the boys and therefore interfere with their learning. Well, shades of the Taliban, doggone it. First of all, we males are responsible for our thoughts and our behaviors, and the concept of blaming women for our shortcomings in the sexual area or otherwise by saying, well, she tempted me, is total BS. When will we men stop blaming women for our behavior and holding them at fault because we choose not to control ourselves? Gosh, man, I thank God that that person lost. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether. We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Global Car Care has the best customer service in the Valley. From the moment you walk in the door, their goal is to help you stay on the road, so you can keep doing what's important to you. Global Car Care certified ASE mechanics stand behind your automotive repairs.
Around here, Jack Frost nips more than just your nose. That's why people here drive Honda. Dependable all-wheel drive with traction control, with heated steering wheel and seats to keep Jack Frost off your seat, which will make it very happy. And since it's no fun to fill up in this weather, isn't it cool that Honda is known for legendary fuel efficiency? Great deals are here now, and so is Mr. Frost. So see your Inland Northwest Honda dealer today. Honda can handle it.
Highlander Golf Course is proud to announce their 2 new state-of-the-art full-swing golf simulators with over 80 courses of virtual golf to choose from year-round. Or try their Laser Shot simulated firearm program, or gaming with football, basketball, and much more. Enjoy Highlander food and drink service from their full-service bar and grill in the comfort of their simulator room. Call the Highlander Pro Shop to book your time at 884-4653. That's 884-4653. Coverage of the Apple Blossom Royalty Selection Pageant on the NCW Life Channel is brought to you by Together for Youth. They'd like to encourage you to dispose of unused and expired prescriptions to protect youth and the environment. Find a kiosk near you by visiting medproject.org.
Continuing our series of conversations as we get to know the candidates for the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival Royal Court. Once again, a reminder, it'll be Saturday, February 10th at the Numerica Performing Arts Center. If you can't make it down, very few tickets left, if at all. You can watch it on the NCW Live channel, also streaming on our Facebook page and on our website. Laurel, introduce yourself to our television family.
Okay, my name's Laurel Patterson. I go to Eastmont High School, and I'm really happy to be here.
Back, let's see, what was it? It was November 6th. Mandatory meeting day.
Yes, yeah.
You got to show up
if
you're going to do it. And was this something that you wanted to do when you were just a little kid?
Yeah, I mean, it has. I've always looked up to the royalty members in the past, and I was pretty nervous to sign up this year, to be honest, but I'm so glad that I did. I've just had a wonderful experience so far. So.
Did you get a chance to talk to anybody who went through this before?
Yeah,
older classmates, things like that?
Yeah, I used to work with one of the top 10 candidates from last year, and also the queen from 2 years ago, Ryan, and so that's been super cool. I also know Dylan Schmitten from last year, and so they've helped me so much throughout this process.
So there was never any doubt on November 6th, even though Darcy tries to scare you.
No, there was a few hesitations, but no doubts.
Good.
Yeah.
So it's about 2 o'clock on a Friday as we record this. So what class are you missing right now?
Right now I'm missing English at the high school.
Okay, do I need to write a note to your teacher?
No. I have Miss Shockey. She's been very understanding and supportive throughout this, so yeah. And I'm good at English. It's one of my best subjects, so I'm not missing a whole bunch.
Well, good for you. I'm glad I don't have to write a note. That makes me feel bad about that.
It's okay.
So there was never any doubt after November 6th you were going to go for it. What was it like backstage when the time came? There's the 26, 27 candidates backstage. Curtains are closed. They start announcing names one by one, and as the names start ticking off, and you go, well, did I do it? Am I making? What was that like?
It was kind of an indescribable experience throughout this whole process before getting top 10. I always knew that I would be okay, no matter what happened, as long as I tried and I put myself out there and I did the thing. It wasn't really up to me, and so I felt pretty confident that I would be okay no matter if my name was called or not, and it was, and I'm of course super happy that it was, but I think I was just ready to, not for it to be over in a way, but just to feel accomplished, that I made it through that segment and either could move on in one way or the other, and so, yeah.
Well, how much have you changed since November 6th, for that matter?
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me an example. I mean,
well, I've learned to wear a lot more lipstick thanks to Darcy. She's told us that so many times, and I've just gained a lot of appreciation for our valley. I've had exposure to it in a way that not a lot of many young women get to, and so it's just been so cool like we toured Columbia Fruit the other day, and I would have never had that chance if I didn't make this. And so, yeah, I mean, I've grown a lot, and with all the lessons that we've had, and it's just been so cool. And so I'm just so grateful that, you know, I've gotten a chance to do it.
And then on February 10th, Saturday, February 10th, you spend the entire day being judged by judges, by people who know what they're doing, and they're being well compensated. I think they get meal money and a nice hotel room, and that's about it. But they know what they're doing, and you're going to be judged all day. Is that something you're ready to do?
I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty nervous. I think all of us girls are. It can be intimidating to get up in front of someone, and I mean, it's kind of just like an interview, but you are being judged. And I just like to think that, you know, no matter what, as long as I am myself and authentic, and I share, you know, my gifts and who I am, and, you know, they can decide if that's something that they want to allow represent Wenatchee Valley, and if not, then that's okay. And, you know, I'll be doing something else somewhere. So I kind of like the first process for top 10 selection. I was nervous, but I know that I'll be okay no matter what happens.
When the day is done and Laurel doesn't have to do anything for anybody anymore, all her obligations are taken care of, the homework's done, and it's just Laurel time to do what Laurel likes to do. What do you do to find your true north?
I would say sleep is one of the biggest things that I think just kind of makes me feel reset and renewed. It's kind of funny because a lot of people know me, you know, as I go to bed at 8 p.m. and I can sleep in as long as, you know, I want to. And so if I'm tired or angry or having a bad day, well, Laurel needs to take a nap. And so that's one of the things. And also connecting with the people that I love. I feel like I can be healed just having a conversation with my mom about something, or a friend. And so those are the two things that I think really help me at the end of the day.
Laurel, best of luck on Saturday night. We will be watching. We all will, okay? Thanks for spending your time with us.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it. All right. And you're watching the NCW Life channel.
At Confluence Health, our mission is clear: to provide exceptional care for our community. We believe in healthcare that's personal and local, because we're just like you, members of this great community.
We are Confluence.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
We are Confluence.
Coverage of the Apple Blossom Royalty Selection Pageant on the NCW Life channel is brought to you by Harvest Valley Pest Control. You can rest assured with Harvest Valley Pest Control, they're using kid and pet safe material around your home or office. Call Harvest Valley Pest Control today for your free estimate at 509-423-2207.
And we continue our series of conversations with the candidates who hope eventually on Saturday, February 10th, to be one of the final three. The Queen and the two Princesses will represent the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival, not only here in the Wenatchee Valley, but all over the state of Washington. And Esty Gonzalez is my guest today. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
It is good to see you. We were talking off camera just a little bit. Esty, that's a unique name. I've never heard of the name before, and it turns out there's a reason. It was made out of whole cloth. Talk about how you got your name.
Okay, so my full name is Christina Estrella. I have the same first name as my mom, so naturally she would just always come up with little nicknames, and Esty stems from my middle name, and it just stuck. All my family calls me that, or by my middle name, to not get it confused. All my friends call me Esty. Some of my teachers as well. They got really confused too with the whole Esty Gonzalez and not Christina. So, yeah.
But you have a unique name. that
Yes,
you can call your own.
I do. It's like my own individual name, so that's why I chose to go by it during this whole process.
You mentioned your mom. You said your parents kind of, I don't want to say pushed you into becoming going forward back on November 6th at the mandatory meeting, but they played a significant role?
Oh yes, my mom, she really wanted me to do this whole Apple Blossom, and at first I was like, because I'm naturally an introvert, I'm very shy, and if you told me a year ago from today, I would probably be stunned and I wouldn't believe you, but she thought it would be a really good opportunity, and the more convincing she did to me, now I'm here. And yeah, they just really
Was
motivated
Mom
me.
right?
She was right. It is very much, it's so fun. Yes.
Quick message, folks, listen to your parents.
They know everything. It's true.
But back on November 6th for mandatory meeting day, they do everything they can to scare you. I mean, they dump a bunch of information on you. Darcy and her crew, just to let you know, this is, if you say I want to go for it, this is what you're in for. And yet you still did it.
And I still did it. I'm still here.
So what did you tell? I mean, it was the mandatory meeting, so one of your parents or guardian was there with you.
My mom was with me.
And,
yes.
and after the meeting, did she go, I'm so sorry, honey, you don't have to do this after all?
No, she's like, see, like the people around here are just so nice. You're gonna have so much fun. You won't regret it. And she just supported me through the whole thing. No regrets.
So how have you changed since you became a top 10 candidate, since you made the final cut for pageant night? How has that changed you?
I feel like I've gotten to be really social because I've always been known as a shy, quiet person, but now, especially all my friends and family, they were so surprised that I was doing this when they saw that I was one of the top 30 and that I had made it. They were even more excited and surprised for me. And I think throughout this whole process, I've also surprised myself at how outgoing I can really be. So I think that's how I've changed.
When you were behind the curtain at the Numerica PAC a couple of weeks ago when they announced the top 10, did you think, I think I might have a shot at this? Or, oh, well, it was worth it, and let's see what happens, and then they called your name? What was that like?
Really, I didn't expect any of it. Because I've had this mindset where even if I don't make it, I still got to experience all of this. I got to meet amazing people and work with amazing people, and whatever the outcome is, it'll be okay, and I will be okay. And then my name was the third one called, the second one from Eastmont, and my face dropped. My jaw dropped. If you ask any of the girls, I was just standing there like, and my vision blurred. All of them were jumping. It's like so excited. So I really didn't expect it.
It's Friday afternoon about 2:30 as we record this interview. So what class are you missing right now?
Psychology. It's the last day of the semester and it's only a semester-long class. So I told my teacher I was leaving early and he was a little bummed, but
well, let me ask you this. Are you actually missing psychology or are you glad you're not there?
I really like that class. Yeah. It's one of my favorite classes, so yeah.
If you want me to write you a note, I'll be more than happy.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
That. So on Saturday, the 10th of February, is the day.
It's the big day.
It's the day.
Yes.
You're going to be judged by judges, people who do this.
Yes.
They know what they're doing. Are you ready to be judged? Are you comfortable being just judged?
I think I'm pretty confident going into this. You know, I've gained a lot of skills. I've had, all my etiquette lessons. I've learned a lot about this whole process, so I'd say I'm ready. I'm ready for it.
I do not envy you because I can take constructive criticism so long as it's unqualified praise for me. Then I'm fine. That's that kind of deal. So when your day is over, Esty, and the cousins are put to bed and your homework is done and you have just Esty time to be Esty and do whatever it is that you do that makes you a better. What do you do? What's your?
Usually I just listen to music and just rest because especially throughout this whole process I've been really sleepy, so I just sleep. When I have that time, I take that time to just rest. Or sometimes I like to call up my friends and update them on what's going on to keep them in the loop as well. And I like to draw. That's one of my winding down times. So. Yeah.
What's it like to have artistic talents? I never had any of those things.
It's just so fun. Yeah. I would compare myself to other artists during a certain point, but I think as I've gotten older, just me letting out that creativity and like whatever inspires me is just, it's comforting. I really like it.
Esty, best of luck to you and all the candidates on Saturday night. I do not envy the judges. They're going to have an extremely difficult time naming a queen and the two princesses, but we want to wish you the best of luck and most importantly, have fun pageant night.
Yes, I will. Thank you so much.
And thanks for visiting with us. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
And you are watching the NCW Life channel.
Your home runs on hot water. From the kitchen, to the bath, to the laundry. So Rheem offers a wide variety of water heaters from traditional models to ones smart enough to tell you how much hot water is available. On second thought, perhaps the laundry can wait.
How do you think like an entrepreneur?
I have had it in mind starting my own business. This is all really good to know right now.
I am currently making a vision board. I am talking about my well-being, my personal finances, and habits that I would like to work on and to improve myself to be a better entrepreneur.
Imagine a science project being done on the kitchen table. Feel the excitement on Christmas morning as the kids race down the stairs to form memories that cannot be erased. Listen for the laughter coming from the next room. Put your family in a new home to make these visions become reality with Coldwell Banker Cascade. Use the Move Meter entering 2 cities and see how a potential move scores based on the cost of living and other factors. Make your dream place a reality with Coldwell Banker Cascade today.
Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, 7:55 on this Friday morning. It's time now for our weekly Pause for Pets feature from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. This morning's featured pet is a dog who's definitely a people person. She's sweet yet playful. He'd be great for an active owner. Meet our dog, Peyton.
Hi, my name's Jenny. I'm the behavior manager here at Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. Today I have with me 3-year-old Peyton. As you can see, Peyton is quite a love. He's kind of what we call the rock star here because obviously his gorgeous looks are something, but his personality is such a winning personality. He is easy to handle on leash. He is so polite with people he meets. He did come to us with 5 little small dog siblings, so he has a home history of living with small dogs. Overall, he loves to go up to a playgroup to hang with other dogs, but really his true thing in life that he loves is his people. This dog is such a good dog for an active person that wants to be on the trails here, hang out. He has great endurance. He loves to go for his walks, loves to sniff, but most importantly, he loves to be with you. So Peyton is 3 years old, which to me is kind of a perfect age for a dog, and especially since he's so well-mannered. Looking at him, we were told that he has part Border Collie, maybe a little husky in him, possibly a super mutt. He's just absolutely adorable. Whatever he is, we think he's pretty perfect. He's pretty much a mid-sized dog. I don't remember his weight, but he's a nice travel-sized companion dog. Command-wise, he is learning his basic commands here. We do clicker training here, so he is starting to learn sit. He's really in tune, he's treat motivated, but most importantly, he's like praise and human motivated. So he's been a really easy dog to work with here. So we are open 6 days a week, Thursday through Tuesday from 11 to 6. You are welcome to come down at any point. We have, you can come and ask to meet him and we will bring him right out. You can also do a hall pass and we will have a staff member take you through to see all of our available dogs, and the cat room is open each day too, so please come on down.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org.
What a great dog Peyton is, that's for sure. And we have a little time, so let's take one last look at your 7-day forecast. 44, your high temperature today, and it looks nice right into Apple Blossom Pageant Saturday. Mostly sunny skies and 42. Just a slight chance for mainly a morning shower or two on Super Bowl Sunday, high in the afternoon, about 43 degrees. And then back to the sunshine on both Monday and Tuesday, 46 degrees on Monday. Cooling back just a little on Tuesday to 42 degrees. And then as we get you into the middle and end of next week, it looks like Wednesday will be our wettest day of the entire 7-day forecast. Cloudy skies, a 60% chance of rain, but that'll move through quickly. And then just some leftover showers on Thursday, mostly cloudy skies, a 20% chance of rain with a high temperature of 41. And that will do it for a Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Please join me tonight for the NCW Life Evening News. And I'll tell you what, it's been a lot of fun being here this week. Thanks for putting up with me. And the good news for you folks, Dan Koontz returns on Monday. Again, thanks for watching. Have a great day and a fantastic weekend. And I hope to see you at the Apple Blossom Pageant. Have a great day.
Greetings, North Central Washington, and welcome to Networked. I'm your host, Jenny Rojanasatian, Executive Director of NCW Tech Alliance. Here on our weekly show, we spotlight the innovators and changemakers who are shaping the vibrant communities across North Central Washington and beyond. Today, we're going to be diving in with an incredible woman of intellect, dedication, and community building, Summer Hess, owner of Sage Step Consulting. Summer wears many hats. She's a consultant, author, editor, and a passionate advocate for community building across the region. For 7 years, Summer spearheaded projects as a manager for the community